we join Chris Doherty of Doherty RV Consultants as he shows us a couple of great practical products from Hatchlift that you should consider getting. Starting off with a brand new item called the Stake Hand, which makes getting into your pickup bed a whole lot easier. Later, Chris shows us an item Hatchlift is known for that is now standard on many new RVs. But if you have an older model, you can install these yourself and make your RV lifestyle a whole lot easier. These stories and our Go Power Kickoff Spring Contest on this week's RVing Today TV.
Hi, Chris Doherty here. And, one of the things that RVers and truck owners in general have to contend with if you have a 3/4 or 1 ton truck is getting up into the bed. And if you've got your fifth wheel hitch back here, you may have to get up there to make some adjustments or install it, take it out, as well as your other gear that's inside the truck. But it's pretty high here, and you can put some auxiliary steps on that'll let you fold the step out and step up onto it. But you're trying to grab onto the side of the truck, it can be a little bit of a challenge. To fix that, we've got a product here called the Stake Hand. And so what the Stake Hand does, we're going to install this in the stake pocket of the bed, and it will go in most trucks that have a rectangular stake pocket on the side. And this is going to allow us to put this handle in real quick and use it as a grab hold to go up. And this can also be a cargo tie down, and also has a flagpole that comes with it. So let's take a look at the install of the Stake Hand real quick. So in our Stake Hand kit, we have a number of different parts that we're going to use to install it. So the first is going to be our actual receiver that's going to go into the stake pocket in the truck. We've got our handle. We've got the brackets, which we're going to use for the mount that goes into the truck. They do include a cargo tie down that you can use here. To stow our handle inside the bed when we're not using it, there's 2 brackets to install there. We've got some thread locker, and then we have our instructions, which are very clear and show you how to do everything, including scanning for an install video right here. So the first thing we're going to do here in the stake pocket, and this is a 2019 F350, we're going to go ahead and pop the plastic cover that's part of the rail cover off, and you see your stake pocket inside there. They give you 2 different capture plates to use with the kit depending on the size of your stake pocket, and it gives you directions on which one to pick. And for this F350, we're going to pick the larger size. What we're going to do with this is we're going to put this through the hole, and then we're going to start the assembly with just 1 screw. When you're going to put this in, you feel inside your stake pocket, and you're going to see that back in here behind the bed rail is a little bit more space. So what we're going to do is with the 1 screw on here, we're going to take this in and we're going to finagle the bracket in so that it's going to sit down behind in that deeper area, and then we can push the whole thing through. It takes a little bit of finesse here, but you can kind of get it in there, and it's about like so. So you can see here how the capture plate's going to work. Now that we've got the capture plate in, we're going to start our other screws. But again, we're not tightening them down yet because we want to put some thread locker on there. I'm going to get them lined up and get them started here a little bit. Now we have all 4 screws started, and the next thing we're going to do is get our thread locker, and we're going to coat the screws with the thread locker. This kit is primarily no drill. We'll have a couple of brackets to put in to hold the handle. But what we're going to do here is put some thread locker blue on these screws in here, and all we're doing is just getting some on the threads of each one. Okay, there you go. Your mount is in place. And the installation of the stake hand itself is all done. Now we're going to put a bracket in the bed that's going to hold our stake hand while it's not in use. We're going to install the handle mount in here to hold the handle while it's out of the way. And so we've spoken to the owner of this truck. We're going to put the brackets here and here, and that'll allow us to snap them in place. But you can put this wherever it's handy for you in the back of your truck. So if there's a spot here or here, whatever is convenient for you to put them, you have the option of doing that. So what we're going to do is take our spring brackets, and we're going to start with the install right about where we want it. Okay, we've got our stake hand all set. So it doesn't matter whether you're 5'6" or 6'5", getting into the back of a 1-ton truck like this, just having to hold on to this can be a real problem. So just being able to reach in here, grab our stake hand, And then all we do is step up onto our step and get right into the back of the truck, and it's nice and easy. So another option that you can have for your stake hand is this flagpole kit, so you can show your colors anytime you want to. Chris Doherty here, and we've got a fix for a problem that you might have every now and then if you have a hatch door that does not stand up on its own. Now, there's different clips and magnets that sometimes they install these things, but they don't hold real well. And if you have a higher end RV, of course, you might have gas props that hold this up. But did you know that you can get a kit that makes it real easy to put these kind of props on these doors? Let's take a look. So here's a good DIY kit for putting gas props on your compartment doors. This is a kit from Hatchlift, and there's different sizes for different doors, so you want to get a measurement before you put your kit on, but it's really a pretty straightforward installation. The kit comes with everything that you should need to install the gas prop. The key to this is this plate right here. So not all compartment doors are made the same. Some are thicker or thinner than others. Some have more structure than other ones do. And so the key to this plate right here is this 3M VHB tape that's on the back. And so when we prep the door and put this on there, this is going to give the door enough support so that it can work well with the gas prop. This also comes with the other brackets that you'll need. For the 3M VHB tape, we have an adhesive promoter here and a Scotch-Brite pad we'll use for that, and some alcohol wipes. All the hardware you might need, some wood blocks for support if you need that for the inside of the compartment. There's your other bracket and a strap to pull down the door when you're all done. We've already started our installation here. We've prepped it. We did the measurements and outlined where the vacuum plate is going to go on the compartment door. And to my point, you know, you look at some of these doors, some of them just have a little bit more flex in them than others do. And that's why we're going to use this backer plate to make sure that we're in good shape. Go ahead and scour this. So what we're doing here is scouring this with the Scotch-Brite pad. So this backer here is fiberglass reinforced plastic paneling. So we want to make sure we have a nice rough surface here. Then when we're done with that, we're going to take an alcohol prep pad. They include a couple in the kit. And we're going to clean the area up here. So we'll go back over it again. And then we'll let that dry. This is a 3M Primer 94 adhesive promoter. So what we're going to do with this is it has a little dot on it. So we've crushed it there with the dot, and now we're going to go over this entire area with the adhesive promoter. Now we're going to take our plate, and we've got our 3M VHB tape on the back here. We're going to go ahead and peel the backer off of that, and then we're going to carefully mount this to the door, lining up with our lines that we've already done, and we'll just press it on there. The 3M VHB tape takes about 48 hours to fully cure. So once we've finished our entire installation, we're going to take the gas prop back off and leave it off for 48 hours so that this can get its full strength. And then we can put the gas prop back on and we'll be good to go. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is put our screws in the plate into the door. But here's the key to it, is that it's pretty easy to strip the holes out on the door. So we're going to start them with our screw gun. Then we'll switch over to a hand screwdriver just to carefully tighten them down. So now we're just going to carefully torque these down by hand and just get them flat. You don't want to over tighten them. Again, the VHB tape is doing the majority of the heavy lifting here. Now that we've got the door hardware stuck on and I've installed the bracket on the door, the next thing we're going to do is install our gas prop, and then we're going to measure where we're going to have it on the door jamb. Okay, here's our other bracket, like so. So now what we want to do is we can pre-measure this so that it fits just right, and I've done so already. So what I can do now is go ahead and put our screws in. This RV here has a really nice structure behind the door jamb. And so this gives us plenty of strength to screw it to that. But if you need to get behind it with a block of wood or use a different bracket, those pieces are included with the kit. Okay, we have our kit installed and we have our handle, strap handle on here with our Velcro. And so this is good if you have a particularly tall door to pull it down. This is also good for people who may be physically challenged, and it might be hard for them to go up and reach the door. And you can just put the Velcro back on there, and then you can close the door, and as you'll see, closes itself down nicely, and you just lock it off. When you go to open the door, twist the lock, pull the door open, and it goes right up and out of the way. Okay, and if you have a queen bed in your RV or a king-size bed that doesn't have gas props on it to access the storage underneath, Hatchlift also makes a kit that will take care of that for you. It's called the bed lift kit. There's different sizes depending on the size of the bed that you have and the weight of the bed that you have, so you can install that, and then you don't have to worry about the bed coming down on your head while you're trying to get stuff out from underneath.
Thanks, Chris. And for more information on Hatchlift products, visit their website at hatchlift.com.